Good morning, everybody. I am Sujata, Junior Lecturer in Civics, Kasturba Gandhi Junior College for Women, Maredpalli, Secunderabad. Today I am going to discuss about unitary government. So, in this lesson, while discussing what is the benefit of discussing this, by completing of this, the student will aware of or familiar of what is unitary government, what is its definitions, what are its features. These are we are going to discuss now. So in the form there are different forms of government. In that today I am going to discuss about unitary form of government. What is unitary government? What are its definitions? What is its meaning? What are the silent features of the unitary government? A unitary government is a single integrated system of government for the exercise of all powers. What is this a unitary government? Unitary government is a single integrated system of government for the exercise of all powers. The Constitution vests all the powers in the central government. In other words, a unitary government is one in which the highest executive, legislative, and judicial authority is located in the central government. This government conducts administration of the whole state with the aid of provincial governments. These provincial government function under the subordinate capacity. The another meaning of unitary government is a unitary system of government or a unitary state is a sovereign state governed as a single entity. A unitary system of government is a unitary state. Unitary government or unitary state, we can say both, is a sovereign state. Sovereign state means is a supreme, it has a supreme power. And a sovereign state governed as a single entity. That means there will be only one government. In the unitary system of government, there is only one government. In unitary state, there is only one government. That is a central government. The central government is supreme and the administrative divisions exercises only powers that the central government has delegated to them, which means in the unitary system of government, there will be only one government, that is single government and central government. But for administrative convenience, some powers, some administrative powers can be delegated to the local governments. So we'll see some of the examples of unitary form of government like England, France, Japan, Sri Lanka. We can say the best examples of the unitary form of governments. Then what is the definition of unitary government? A.V. Dicey defined unitary government as it is a unitary state means that habitual exercise of a supreme legislative authority by one central power, which means there is only one central government. That central government alone has supreme legislative authority. Okay, it exercise this power of the central government is habitual. Okay, habitual exercise of a supreme legislative authority by one central government. That means there is no other legislative authorities uh, within the state. Okay. At the same time, one more example we can see the another definition of unitary government is C.F. Strong. He says two important qualities of the unitary government. C.F. Strong, he says there are two important qualities of the unitary government. What are they? Here in the definition we can see the supremacy of the central government. Okay, what we were discussed, A.V. Dicey definition, supreme legislative authority by one central power, which means connecting to this, I wanted to explain about C.F. Strong's opinion that we can observe here the supremacy of the central government. And the second one, the absence of the other sovereign bodies. That means within the state there is no another any other sovereign bodies. There will be only one sovereign body, that is central government. This we can observe the C.F. Strong's opinion. And A.V. Dicey also gave the same but in different manner. So unitary government is one in which one central power habitually exercises the supreme legislative authority. Example, England, France, China are the best examples of the unitary form of government. So what is the meaning of unitary government? So the two unitary, it is the word unitary is origin from the two Latin words uni and tari. Uni means single, tari means rule. Okay, uni means single, tari means rule. That means what we can understand, unitary means single rule. Okay, in the unitary government, so that hence what we understand, in the unitary form of government there is only one government, that government's rules entire the state. Okay, that is nothing but central government. We are going to discuss about features of unitary government. So as as there are different forms of government, so these are the modern forms of the government. The modern forms of government are classified into unitary and federal. Okay, and this unitary and federal both again classified into parliamentary and presidential. Here we are discussing about unitary government. So for every form of government, there will be a different structure, different characteristics or features. Okay, and each form of government is different from other form of the government. So here we are going to discuss about what are the characteristics or features of unitary government. Single government. Okay, in the unitary form of government. So a unitary government consists of the following essential features. The first one is single government. So in the unitary form of government, there exists only one government, that is central government. Okay. So to facilitate administrative efficiency and to bring uniformity in the country, A single government, that is a central government, alone does all the work or whole work. Okay, this is about single government. So on the whole, what we can understand here, there exists only one government, that is central government. Next, second one, centralization of powers. In the unitary system, all powers are centralized in the hands of central government. Okay, so there will be only one government, that is central government. All powers of the state are centralized in the hands of the central government. The centralization of powers is itself an administration problem. So, if there is only, imagine there is only one government for one country. So, automatically, there can be a chance of administrative problems. You can see later we will discuss what are the disadvantages. Okay, so if there is only one government, automatically it leads to be many administrative problems. So in many unitary state, there is a local government system. So which means for administrative convenience, this central government can create local governments. Okay, but the powers are delegated to these units, that is local governments, with strict central control or supervision. So there is only one central government. All the powers are centralized. Okay, but it is impossible to have only one government for entire country. So which leads to be administrative problems. Hence, the central government can create a local governments. But this is only for administrative convenience. But powers are delegated to them. Okay, and they are under control of the central government, under the supervision of the central government. Thirdly, provincial government. As in the previous point, we discussed that the central government can create local governments for administrative convenience with some delegated powers. They are called as provincial governments. Is it compulsory to have a provincial governments in the unitary government? No. The creation, the abolition of a provincial government is completely in the hands of the central government. Hence, what we can understand here, provincial governments may or may not exist in a unitary state. Provincial governments may or may not exist in a unitary state. If they exist, they are depend on the central government for their powers and their survival, which means they cannot function independently. Okay, they cannot function independently. So their creation, abolition, totally in the hands of the central government. If it is necessary, central government may create the provincial governments. If it is not necessary at any time, by making a separate legislation, they can withdraw it. So may or may not exist in a unitary state. Next, single citizenship. So in the unitary form of government, there is only one national citizenship is confirmed on the citizens. Okay, so it gives only one citizenship. That means the state confirmed a single citizenship to the citizens. It is primarily a state with one or few nationalists created for bringing nationalistic character. Why this will be happens? So we can observe in one nation there are maybe so many nationalities. Okay, when different nationalities are there in one state, okay, to bring nationalistic spirit and a feeling of oneness among themselves. So usually unitary government confirms a single citizenship to the citizens. Single legislature. A unitary state provides a single legislature. Okay. So there will be only one legislature. The legislature consists of only one house. What is its meaning, ma? In the unitary state, the legislature provides only single house. It denotes the legislative centralization at central level. Okay, where it will be where it will be located at the central government. However, there can be legislatures at provincial level. Okay, but it meant for subordinate legislations for the purpose of again legislative convenience. So how the central government creates provincial government for administrative convenience, the same like this same government can also create the subordinate legislatures for the purpose of legislative convenience. But again, that must be approval by the central government. Okay, this is about another character, single legislature of the union government. Next one, flexible constitution. So unitary state is always flexible. Okay, so the constitution of the unitary states are ever flexible in nature. Okay, what is ma? So the constitution of the unitary states are ever flexible in nature because the central government alone has the power to amend the constitution. Okay, who has the power to amend the constitution? Only the central government has the power to amend the constitution. Why we need to amend the constitution? So it is very instinct nature of the human being is always the desires changes. People desires changes with the passage of time. Accordingly, the constitutions also have to amend accordingly. Hence, we can say that constitution of the unitary system always evolutionary in nature. Okay, we can also observe this. Flexible constitutions always evolutionary in nature. Okay, so the constitutions of the unitary government are flexible in nature. Next, unitary form of laws. Another important characteristic of a unitary government is that the laws of the unitary system, the laws which are made by the single central government, they are uniform. Why they are uniform? Because laws are made only by a single central government. Okay, that laws are applicable to entire the state. Okay, there will be only one central government. That central government alone has the power to make a legislation. Those laws are applicable to the entire nation. Okay, which means automatically what will be happens now? Uniformity of the laws. So when the laws are made by the center are equally enforced in the rest of the state. Okay, and there is no any territorial distinctions in the application or implementation of the laws which are made by the central government. Okay, so laws which are made by the central legislature are applicable to, are enforced in the rest of the states, that is applicable to the central at the same time provincials, so which are created by the center. Okay, which means there is no any territorial distinctions in the implementation of the laws. So uniformity of laws in the unitary setup is according to the principles of justice and nature of human beings. That means there is no any discrimination in the implementation of laws or in the formation of the laws between the human beings. Okay, so hence there is prevails justice also. Next, another important feature of the unitary government is no distribution of powers. In a unitary system, there is no distribution of powers. Okay, so here I wanted to tell you about what is unitary government. So there are two forms of government, unitary and federal. How these are divided? Okay, based on the division of powers or distribution of powers between the central government and the state government. Okay, governments are classified into unitary government and federal government. If there is no division of powers between the central and the state government, then it is called a unitary government. If there is a there is no there is a division of powers, if there is a division of powers between the central government and the state government by a national constitution, then it is a federal government. So automatically what do you understand here? There is no division of powers between the central government and the states in the unitary government. So all powers belonging to the central government. As a result, there is no chance of, when the powers are not divided between the two sets of government. Okay, all powers are belonging to the central government alone. So there is no question of disputes also in exercising their powers. Okay, so the central government can shift all his attention on the development of the state. So that's why the many of the says that the central government, it is a very strong and powerful government also. Okay, so unitary form of government is also a simple government. Why it is a simple government means there is only one government, that government consists of a single legislature. So these legislatures are popularly elected. Okay. So there is no other kind of legislatures are created. So it is very simple form of government. Okay. Thank you.